What if the world is not controlled by force, but by psychology? What if the most powerful people in history never needed to control human bodies, because they learned how to control human minds instead? Most people imagine power as money, political authority, armies, or fame. But real power is far more invisible than that. Real power is the ability to shape perception, emotion, behavior, and belief inside millions of human minds without them even realizing it. And throughout history, the most powerful systems understood this perfectly. Number 1. The strongest form of control is invisible control. When people feel oppressed, they resist. But when control feels normal, people obey voluntarily. This is why modern systems of power often work through media, entertainment, education, social pressure, and emotional conditioning instead of brute force. The most effective manipulation is making people believe the system's ideas are their own ideas. Number 2. Human beings obey authority far more easily than they imagine. Most people believe they would never blindly follow harmful leaders. History repeatedly proves otherwise. Psychologists discovered that ordinary people can commit shocking actions when authority legitimizes them. Deep inside the human brain still exists an ancient survival instinct: obey the tribe, follow the hierarchy, avoid exclusion. Under fear and pressure, morality often becomes weaker than social obedience. Number 3. Power changes the human mind itself. Studies suggest that as people gain power, they often become less empathetic, more impulsive, and more convinced of their own correctness. Why? Because power removes consequences. The more powerful someone becomes, the less reality pushes back against their behavior. And over time, this can slowly distort their perception of reality itself. Number 4. Fear is one of the oldest technologies of control ever created. Fear weakens critical thinking and strengthens emotional reactions. When people become afraid, they become easier to guide, easier to manipulate, and more willing to surrender freedom for security. Throughout history, rulers, governments, political movements, and even corporations have understood that frightened populations are easier to control than calm populations. Number 5. Human beings are deeply controlled by social status. People often imagine themselves as rational thinkers, but much of human behavior is driven by approval, prestige, validation, and fear of humiliation. Social rejection psychologically hurts the brain almost like physical pain. That is why societies can influence behavior simply through praise, ridicule, popularity, cancellation, or exclusion. Number 6. Narratives are more powerful than facts. Human beings are storytelling creatures. Facts alone rarely move civilizations, but emotional stories can shape entire nations. Religion, politics, propaganda, revolutions, advertising, and ideologies all depend on powerful narratives that give people emotional meaning and identity. Whoever controls the dominant story often controls collective perception itself. Number 7. Attention has become one of the most valuable forms of power in the modern world. Social media platforms, news systems, advertisers, and political campaigns are all competing for one thing: human attention. Because whatever repeatedly captures attention slowly shapes emotions, desires, beliefs, and identity. In many ways, attention is the new battlefield of civilization. Number 8. Most people do not seek truth as much as they seek psychological comfort. Human beings naturally protect beliefs that give them identity, stability, meaning, or belonging. This is why people often deny uncomfortable truths even when evidence exists directly in front of them. The human mind is not only designed to discover truth. It is also designed to emotionally survive reality. Number 9. The most dangerous leaders often appear the most confident. Human psychology naturally associates certainty with competence. But history repeatedly shows that confidence and wisdom are not the same thing. In fact, truly intelligent people often understand how complex reality actually is, which makes them less absolute and more cautious. Meanwhile, simplistic certainty can emotionally attract millions. And finally, the deepest form of power may not be controlling what people do. It may be controlling what people believe is possible. Because once human imagination is controlled, behavior follows naturally afterward. And perhaps the most dangerous systems of power are the ones people no longer recognize as power at all.